And now to close our episode, this is my favorite segment. Of course, that is the My Android Journey story. And we do want to thank Wanda for coming on and talking about this. Wanda, welcome to Blind Android Users Podcast. And we are ready to hear that Android Journey story of yours. Girl, just let it rip.
Thanks, Warren, for asking me to be on today. And I have to tell you, my Android story starts many years ago. And I have been dealing with or living with sight loss. I'm not going to say vision, sight loss for a very long time. And um, initially, when smartphones were first introduced, everyone was, oh, you have to get an iPhone. So that wasn't my journey. No pun intended. That wasn't my journey. Someone I knew had a Galaxy, and this was a Galaxy, the first one I think, and I really liked it, so I purchased one. So moving forward, I just kept moving from the second, the third, the fourth, and I, really fell. I want to say fell in love. Yeah, I can say that. Fell in love with the Samsung product. So let me tell you the funny part of my story. So here it is. This is about 2 years ago. I have a Samsung Galaxy S7. For whatever reason, it was starting to be unresponsive. And I decide that I'm going to open the back and that I'm going to I'm going to remove the battery because I thought it had a battery. But I have now learned that what I saw wasn't a battery. But this is what happened. So I take my phone and I open the back, like I tell you. And then what I thought was the battery wasn't moving. So I decided to take a pair of nail scissors to kind of pry it apart from the phone. I did that. It sparked, caught on fire. I throw it across the room. Thank goodness I was in a room where there was a tiled floor. I throw it across the room and I bolt down the stairs, right? So this is what happens. My smoke detectors start to go off. The next thing I know, the firefighters show up at my door because my monitoring system called the firefighters. And the reason why they called them is because they couldn't reach me because my phone was not working. So it created a whole lot of smoke. They come in, they put it created enough smoke that they had to use an exhaust fan to kind of exhaust the smoke out of the house.
Oh,
I
my.
laughed about it after. Yes, my neighbors are gawking. The firefighter comes downstairs and he hands it to me and he says, he says we've never had a call where we've had to for a smoking or phone that caught on fire. And I thought, oh, well, there's it's first time for everything. So anyway, so they leave. And like I was telling you guys earlier, I ended up at the phone store and they said, oh, try iPhone. There might have been a problem with your phone. And I wasn't thinking the problem was me taking a pair of scissors and, trying to pry out the battery. So anyway, I get an iPhone for about a week. And for my taste, not as intuitive. I didn't do well with it. And this is to show you how much of an Android lover I am. I went right back and purchased another Android product. I got the Galaxy S8. And for me and for my uses, because I go back and forth between TalkBack, Voice Assistant, and actually using my phone in negative colors because I have a tiny little bit of residual vision. The intuitive nature for me of the Android product is what keeps bringing me back to them. And like I had mentioned before, it seems to be not as restrictive. So even though my phone ended up on fire, and I was a little embarrassed because my neighbors thought that something major was going on. I still love my Galaxy products, and I'm on an S8 now still, and I am thinking about going to the S20 or the S21. We'll see what happens. But according to my carrier, they keep sending me emails to tell me that my S8 isn't 5G capable or doesn't have 5G compatibility. So that means I'm going to be forced to move on. And that's fine. That's fine. But I definitely will go with another Samsung product because I really love my Galaxy products. So, that's my Android on fire story, Warren.
I like that passion, and you sound very enthusiastic about it. And I want to officially ordain you as the deaconess uh, of Android the evangelism team,
I'll
because
take that. I'll take that.
I am the Android evangelist, and I baptized Doug as the assistant. Now you are the deaconess.
I will take that moniker. I will take that. So, but yeah. But for me, like I was saying to you, Warren, that for me, I was disappointed with with the iPhone, and I guess that comes from years and years of my indoctrination with Android, or Samsung products. And there's just certain custom actions or just the capability to do certain things. Like I said, with my low vision, depending on the day I have, some days are better than others. Some days I only use the voice features on my phone and gestures. Other days, when my vision's much better, I will, read my text messages, actually read them in negative colors and things of that nature. And I like being able to customize the way the text messages appear and, all of those things. So, and the other thing that I really like about my Android is that it allows me to answer and end a call with a physical tactile button. And iOS doesn't do that. And like I said, I'm not bashing iOS, but it's one of the or Apple products. But it's part of the reason why I am really tied to my Galaxy products is because like when I had my iPhone for that week, I ended up calling Apple and I say, listen, do you have this feature? Am I missing it somewhere? Do you have the feature where I can answer and end a call, with the buttons, the volume? And they said, no, we've never had that feature. I said, okay. And that's what sent me back to the store. And I ended up with another Galaxy product.
And a lot of blind people that I know that use Samsung devices, they really like their ending their calls with either the volume keys or with the power key. And of course, we have that on non-Samsung devices as well. And that was something that was borrowed from Samsung, the ability to end a call using the power button. And Samsung has not just that, but I remember the S3, when I got the S3, it has several other ways of answering calls. And it was just revolutionary at the time. And so Samsung is kind of like, leading the pack in some ways when it comes to all this different accessibility, going extra mile to make things work better for us as blind people. So I really appreciate that, and knowing that we have these things available for those who would like to use that.
I agree.
Yeah, thank you
Wholeheartedly.
so much for that great Android journey story. Guys, what do you think of her smoking thing? She wasn't trying to smoke like barbecue necessarily, but
I mean, I've heard of smoking many different types of things, but I've never heard trying to smoke your phone.
Yes. It was an interesting journey, let me say. And when I tell people that I ended up with another Samsung product, they're like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like,
they thought
yeah,
you were
that's what I
crazy.
did. Yeah, they did. But like I said, I love them. For me, it's just more intuitive, and that's why I've stuck with the Samsung product. So yeah, that's my Android journey.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
And that concludes this week's episode of the Blind Android Users Podcast. But before we go, of course, Austin steps in to tell us how to go. Austin steps in to tell you how to get a hold of us in the different formats that we have.
So people can get hold of us in many ways. People can visit our newly launched website, that is blindandroidusers.com. They can email us with feedback, questions, comments. We will not read them on the podcast, but we will implement all the feedback that we get regarding the website or content or whatever. Email it to contact us at blindandroidusers.com. You can send your recorded Android journey. If you don't want to come live, then you can send it to myandroidjourney at blindandroidusers.com. And you can subscribe to our mailing list by sending in an email to blind Android users plus subscribe at groups.io. Follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on Telegram, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are growing very fast there, 330 subscribers. So thanks for that. And join the club. And also read the show notes because all the links that I have mentioned will be in the show notes.
Thank you so much, Austin. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye,
Thanks for
everybody.
listening. Bye bye. This is a new one.
See you all next week.
And that has been another episode of the Blind Android Users Podcast. As always, we appreciate hearing from you. You send those email messages to contact us at blindandroidusers.com. For those My Android Journey stories, we encourage you to send those to myandroidjourney at blindandroidusers.com. Until we see you in our next episode, you have a wonderful day.